Wait, hold on. Yeah. Is it time for the schedule game? Is that what you're saying?
We can move into that. I didn't mean to, but I was just gonna say, like, we're gonna find out pretty early, and UNLV, which was pretty solid too. So we're gonna find out where he's at pretty quickly, in my opinion.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do the schedule game. I think we're there. Yeah, man, that opener against Utah. Thursday, I think that's what, Saturday, August 30th. So the Thursday must be the 28th then. So so our bet ends on the 28th.
Yep.
Okay. Saturday, August 30th, Utah, dude. And I also think Utah didn't really have a court. Like the last 2 years, they were kind of waiting for Cam Rising to get healthy, and he never did.
Mm-hmm.
So now Utah has moved on. Now Utah has a new quarterback. And like, the Utes aren't used to they're a proud program. They're not used to losing games.
Yeah.
I think that's a very tough opener, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very tough opener. It's at home, but like, here's the thing about UCLA, man. When we played there last year, we had almost as many fans as they did. Yeah. And we were about as loud as they were.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you could hear it on TV.
Yep.
You could hear how loud it was. The announcers were like awkward talking about it. Utah is really close to California. What percentage of this crowd is going to be UCLA fans, do you think?
I mean,
70, 75, 80? What do you think? It's not going to be 95.
No, it's not going to be that. I could see 75 to 80 because it's going to be they're going to be excited to see what Nico can do. So I think they'll show up for the first game, and it's against a solid opponent. So,
but you got to think Utah fans will show up for this too.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, I think so too. So I would say, I mean, there could be 15, 20% Utah fans in there.
Also, John, this is a 10 o'clock Central kick.
Ugh.
I can already see myself up late pounding Diet Cokes trying to stay awake for this one.
This one might be one that I watched.
You watch the next morning? That's fair. That's reasonable. All right. So Utah's a really tough opener. I don't know, man. I can't pick UCLA to beat Utah in game one of Nico with all those new guys on defense against like Kyle Whittingham has been at Utah almost as long as Kirk Ferentz has been at Iowa. Like, they are a really mature program.
Yeah.
And I just think that in the first games, which are always tricky, the more mature program has the edge. Mm-hmm. And I think Utah has a giant edge because of that in this game.
I agree. I for the same reasons you just stated, I don't see this going particularly well. We might see some flashes, and Nico might show how, because he is a very talented quarterback. You might see some things that look really impressive, but I don't see the consistency at this point in time in the season.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, moving on, dude. And then they have another. Okay. Sometimes, John, I think that some of these athletic directors are trying to get their coaches fired. And when we talk about the problems with the USC program, a lot of them are in the athletic department. Who scheduled a game at UNLV? Dan Mullen comes in. UNLV won 11 games last year. And Dan Mullen comes in, who's a very good coach.
Yeah.
And he inherits a really good situation from Barry Odom. And you're going to go play at there? You're going to go there and play? Why didn't you make them come play you at your place?
Yeah.
Why would you do that? It's like Northwestern playing at Tulane, man. What are you doing?
Yeah.
You shouldn't ever schedule a game like that.
Yeah.
You should never be on the road playing a group of 6 team ever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know either. Again, you have a second matchup, 2 games in a row that are going to be very tough. And if you drop this game to UNLV, I think that it's going to be, even if you do end up like kind of rallying towards the end of the season, it's not going to.
People are going to write you off for the year
immediately. Yeah.
Yeah. People are not going to be talking about you anymore. It's going to be over if you come out 0-2.
Yeah. Even knowing that UNLV is a solid team,
it doesn't matter though.
Yeah.
John.
It's not going to matter. No.
No. So. If you start out if you lose 2 non-conference games, people are done with you.
Yep.
That's it.
Yep.
That's all she wrote. You get 1 non-conference loss. That's it. All right. So we think, I think though, that said, I do think UCLA should have a talent advantage. They should be able to gut out a win against UNLV.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they're 1-1 at this point. And then they host New Mexico on off a short week. And that is the first game that screams to me a comfortable non-conference game.
Agreed. Yeah.
So hopefully, I think UCLA is probably 2-1 coming out of non-conference play.
Yeah.
Which is better than they did last year.
Mm-hmm.
So, or actually, no, it's not. I think it's the same. But regardless, that puts them in a position to still be competitive. But yeah, that Utah game, I just don't have a good feeling there. All right, John. Then we have a really big game. But the good news is UCLA has a bye week to get ready to go to Northwestern and play by the lake.
Mm-hmm.
And dude, that is a must-win game for both teams.
Absolutely.
Must win. Like, if you lose that game and you're UCLA or you're Northwestern, you are looking down the barrel of a really long season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's a scary one, I think, right? Like I don't know if that's how you wanted to start conference play. I think you'd rather have played Penn State first and figured out how good you are or are not, and then played Northwestern.
And you're playing in late September on the lake, which is always dicey. The weather can change in a heartbeat, so that's always a little scary. But again, and we'll get to Northwestern at some point. But there's a lot of question marks there. I personally, right now, want to pick UCLA to win that game, but I think it could get a little scary. It could be a little dicey.
You know what I think it comes down to? Who's better, do you think? Javion Thomas at running back for UCLA or Cam Porter back for yet another year for Northwestern? I want to say it's Javion Thomas.
I do too.
Yeah.
And look, man, I think Cam Porter had a lot of promise his first year or two.
But those injuries, man.
And he just never got
the juice back. He never got the juice back.
No. So I have a better feeling about Javion Thomas. I just do at this point. So yeah, I think the offense is going to be better. The defense, other than the defensive line with UCLA, I don't know. I think Northwestern's defense is going to be better though than UCLA's defense, in my opinion. Oh yeah,
they will for sure will. But Northwestern doesn't have any skilled players I trust.
No,
including the quarterback.
Nope.
So I just think that I've got I've got UCLA winning this game.
Same.
Okay. So we're saying UCLA is 3-1, which is not too bad, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's a decent start. Then it gets hard.
Yep.
Then they host Penn State. Penn State's a national title contender. They have everybody back. They have the running backs and Katron Allen and Nick Singleton back. They have Drew Aller back. They have a lot of Dennis Sutton and a lot of defensive players back. They have the two most expensive coordinators in America. What I'm saying is I just don't think this one's going to go great.
I don't think there's much reason to discuss this. No, that's a loss.
And I think, a Penn State like Utah, I think will probably show up. Well, actually that's a long trip for Penn State fans. So they probably won't show up in force. But I still think Penn State's gonna roll in that one.
Well, I have to believe there's probably a lot of Penn State fans in the LA market. So
I'm sure
they'll show up. But yeah,
I'm sure.
Yeah.
So that'll be 3-2, and then you've got a really important game. You've got an 11 a.m. start at Spartan Stadium playing Michigan State. Man, I don't know what to think about this game, John. I think it's gonna come down to your boy Aiden Childs versus Nico Iamaleava. No, I just really think so because I'm not convinced that they can ride Javion Thomas and beat a Joe Rossi defense in year two, just running the ball. Because if I know Joe Rossi, he's going to do whatever he can to make you not run the ball.
Yep.
I think this is a Nico versus Aiden Childs. And I think this is who's got it, man? Who's the better slinger? Who's got better weapons? You know what I mean?
You know who I'm going to pick. So
Wait, hold on. You think Michigan State has better receiver? Well, actually, they probably do have better receivers than
think
UCLA,
they do.
don't they? With Nick Marsh and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, dude. And it's on the road too.
It's not easy to play at Spartan Stadium, man. And it's early October.
Yeah.
I think at this point Jonathan Smith has a more solid game plan, and I think that they've now shored up a few places where they needed to fill in last year. And I think Aiden Childs, again, I haven't seen it, I know that, but I trust that he's going to take another step. And they have superior wide receivers, man. And if Aiden Childs is on, I think he is incredibly dangerous.
Dude. No, you're right. The fact that they have Nick Marsh, I think, is enough for me.
Exactly. Yeah.
Quasi Gilmore could step up. Mikey Matthews could be dangerous. Jaden Wilson could be really good. It's a lot of could, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of could, and not a lot of we know. And I don't trust Nico either. I just don't trust him to work hard enough that, like, I think in the first half of the season, I don't know. He could be a guy who plays a lot better as the year goes on.
Yeah.
Than he plays early on. So yeah, I'm kind of with you. So if UCLA drops this game, then they're 3-3 halfway through the year.
Yep.
The good news is then they host Maryland.
Yeah. There is that. Yes.
Yeah, and Maryland. Not to spoil our Maryland preview, and Maryland is the biggest dumpster fire in the Big Ten right now.
Yep.
They have surpassed Purdue, I think, for the worst roster in the Big Ten, and they are hoping to God that a freshman quarterback is the answer for a team that doesn't have an offensive line.
Mm-hmm.
Yikes. That scares me, man. And a team that doesn't really have much of a defense either. So I think UCLA, and this is a home game for the Bruins. I think UCLA takes it to Maryland a little bit. I think they get out a lot of frustration in that game. I think they win by 2 scores.
I agree, and I think this is where Nico could possibly start to gain that momentum and really start looking like the quarterback, the 5-star that he is. I think that's kind of where things may gel a little bit with him and the receivers, the offensive line. Halfway through the season, and against a team like Maryland, he can really show out. I don't know if it's going to be a total blowout, but I think they're going to be in control the whole time.
Yeah, so that puts them at 4-3. Then they got to go to Bloomington to play the Hoosiers.
They're going to want some revenge from last year.
They're going to want revenge. I don't know if they're going to get it.
I don't either.
I really like Indiana skill players.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot. From Fernando Mendoza to bringing back Elijah Surratt and the rest of those receivers to didn't they bring in Roman Hemby from Maryland too?
Yep.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
They've got a lot of talent there.
They got they got some ballers over there. I'm worried about UCLA's secondary against Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know how well that matchup is going to go.
Yeah, I just think, again, we've talked about it. Like, if Curtis Rourke can play as well as he did without an ACL, I think that having Mendoza, if he's fully healthy, which we expect, I just don't see it. I think that they could get absolutely demolished.
No, I mean, there are people who think Mendoza could be a second round, like first or second round draft pick next year at quarterback.
Yep.
So, like, they really stole one from Cal there.
Yeah.
Really absolutely. Stole one from Cal there. It's, eventually Kurt Cignetti's going to have to develop his own quarterback. Eventually.
At some point, yeah.
But not this year.
Nope.
No, not this year. So that's 4-4 then with a loss to Indiana. Then, John, the next game could be the difference between whether they have a shot to go bowling or not.
Yep.
Hosting the Nebraska Cornhuskers.
Who will
and they have a bye.
Yeah.
They have a bye before Nebraska comes to town.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that could be an upset alert special.
Well, this is going to be Deshaun Foster's test to show us how good of a coach he is.
Yes. Can he outcoach Matt Rule in a game where he's going to be at a little bit of a talent disadvantage? But also, man, I don't believe in Nebraska's running backs. Yeah. So if the secondary has come around by then, if you can stop the passing game, I'm not sure Nebraska is going to be the best running offense.
Yeah.
You know? So, like, this is a winnable game, especially at home, especially coming off a bye and at home.
I mean, the Husker fan base is going to travel well. They'll take any opportunity to fly out to LA.
Oh, they'll overrun. I mean, you're right.
Yeah.
It'll have a neutral site feel like a lot of UCLA games for sure.
But it is a winnable game. I agree. And this is going to be, in my opinion, on Deshaun Foster and whether or not he can outcoach Matt Rule, which I think is possible. Like you said. So
I've got this I'm leaning like 50. Sorry, I interrupted you. Finish what you were saying.
Oh no, I was just gonna say I also you mentioned the running backs. I'm not sold on their defensive line on Nebraska either. So I think that I got to see it first. But yeah,
this is later in the year though. I do think Nebraska will be acclimated by then, but so will UCLA.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I really want to pick the Bruins here. I really do. I'm leaning like 55-45 Nebraska.
Yeah. I mean, for me, it's really a toss-up. I can't make a decision right now.
Okay.
Definitively, I don't.
So we'll call it a coin flip for now.
Yeah,
we got them 4-4 with a coin flip right now.
Yep. Yeah, that's where I'm at.
All right. Then they got to go to the shoe and play the defending national champs.
Yeah, that's easy. Okay.
By now, Julian Sand will have played 9 games and will have plenty of experience.
Yep.
God knows Jeremiah Smith might have like 1,000 yards receiving. This is no offense, UCLA, but I think this game's over like by the end of the first quarter.
Yep.
On the road in the shoe, could be a night game because UCLA is not as much of a draw TV wise as some other teams in the Big Ten. So like you could be playing in the shoe at night against the defending national champs.
Yep.
That one could get ugly. So we've got a loss there. So we've got UCLA 4-5 with 1 toss-up, and then they host Washington.
Mm-hmm.
And, dude, that's another one where I think Deshaun Foster has to prove it. Washington has a really good trio in quarterback Damon Williams, running back Jonah Coleman, and wide receiver Denzel Boston. But by this point in the year, I think UCLA will be running the ball well. I think they've got good talent there. I think their offensive line's pretty good and will be pretty good once they get acclimated. Has the defense come far enough, and in the secondary specifically,
yes,
and at linebacker, to stop Denzel Boston and to slow down Jonah Coleman? Because I don't think you can stop Jonah Coleman. No. I think you can slow him down a little bit. I would lean Washington here a little, but this feels coin flippy to me.
Really?
I think it's a home game for UCLA, right? I don't know if Washington's going to be there in force. It's not like the Big Ten where it's like a trip to LA is something new for them, right?
Yeah.
So I think it'll feel like a home game. What does that Ryan Walters defense look like for Washington at that point? Is he trying to play press man with guys who can't play press man?
Mm-hmm.
Because he's done that before. You know? So I don't know, man. I think it's coin flippy. I think UCLA has a chance in this game. Maybe I'm wrong.
I mean, I think they have a chance, but to me, the talent in Washington's offense is just insane.
All
and
right.
I don't. And again, like I just don't think that there's the talent in the secondary with UCLA to withstand that.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, so we'll give UCLA a loss there.
Yeah.
So that puts them going into the last game of the year. What are they at? They're at 4-6 with 1 coin flip.
Yeah.
So let's say, for the sake of it, that the Nebraska game they won. We'll just say they won.
Sure.
This game at USC, it could be for a bowl trip.
Yep.
Just like it was last year.
Mm-hmm.
And man, depending on the kind of season USC is having, there could be a lot on the line for both teams in this game. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, there's the pride of Los Angeles always, but also USC could be playing for bowl contention, or if you believe the national pundits, a playoff spot, which I'm not ready to go there. But that's what the national pundits think.
Yep.
Right? And so we could have playoff adjacent, we'll say, USC team and a UCLA team desperate to make the postseason for the first time in a couple years.
And also, just another point, we're talking about Lincoln Riley as a head coach.
We are talking about Lincoln Riley as a head coach.
And is it Maeva or Longstreet? That's
my question.
What we need to know.
Because if it's Maeva, man, I give UCLA a real chance in this game.
Yep.
You could force some turnovers, whatever. USC is going to throw the ball more. They're not going to run the ball as much as they should. We know that because Lincoln Riley won't do it.
Yep.
So UCLA could be the team running the ball and controlling the clock, shortening the game, maybe force a turnover or two.
Mm-hmm.
I can't pick them to win it, though.
Yeah.
I got to see them win it. I got to see them beat USC again before I can, under Deshaun Foster, before I can pick them to beat USC.
Well, and they're at the Coliseum, and I just think the talent advantage that USC has is just a lot compared to UCLA.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
No, I'm with you.
Yeah.
So we have Deshaun Foster going either 4-8 or 5-7.
Yeah.
That's not great.
No, not in your second year. That's not acceptable.
Not in year 2.
No.
But if they could upset Michigan State, that could be a bowl game.
Yeah, and which is possible, know. And look, it's a rivalry game as well with USC, so anything can happen.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
God, the more I look at it, the more I hate that Utah game. Because think of it, they would be playing for a bowl game if you took out Utah and put in a more winnable game there.
Yeah, I agree.
Does UCLA want their football coach to fail all the time? It seems like they want their football coach to fail.
It does. I
don't get it. I feel the same way about Northwestern, man.
Yeah.
With that sending David Braun to Tulane is like, you want to fire him, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, thank God that we have an AD who doesn't schedule he scheduled one unwinnable game, but that's in the 2030s almost, or one quasi unwinnable game, but that's in the 2030s, and I'm not convinced that those games are ever gonna happen with Alabama. But I like that he's picking. He's like, let's not ruin the season out of conference.
Yeah,
let's pick teams that are it doesn't mean you're gonna win them all, right? But let's pick teams that are beatable, and and it's worked out really well. But some of these other schools, man, the schools that are rebuilding, the Purdue's, the UCLA's, the Northwesterns, the Marylands, you got to stop scheduling all these tough non-conference games. You have to stop doing it. Purdue, what are you doing playing Notre Dame? What are you thinking? You're crazy.
It's an old rivalry game, so that's why. But yes, I know. It's still crazy.
Yeah, dude.
So,